Welcome back to the Blues Society of Northwest Florida's weekly podcast. I am your host, Paul Stadden. Thrilled once again to be joined by the lovely Diedra, the blues diva, just fresh off of playing some amazing shows, one in which I'm going to want to talk about. And coming up, she's going to be going overseas. We're going to talk about that too. But most important, she's going to be in Pensacola playing at the Blues Jams on Monday night. Welcome back to Pensacola, Diedra. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you so much for coming back. And I really appreciate seeing your band. Your husband is an amazing guitar player. And in fact, that kind of leads off the question here, the first question, because he's also the lead guitarist for Bobby Rush. Now, I know you guys just did the Daytona Blues Festival. Is it a tough thing for your husband to kind of balance the time between Bobby and Diedra and the Ruff Pro Band?
No, not really, because what happens is when we're on the road, they may well be on the road somewhere else, but when we're not on the road and he can go out with Bobby, it works out. He always has an extra guitar player.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, well then tell me about the Daytona Blues Festival. Bobby Rush headlined. You guys just got to play this amazing, gigantic show. Tell me about the experience.
Well, I had been trying for about 3 years to get on that festival, and surely enough, I got the email back in probably May. And I was so elated. I was like, oh, my God, Daytona Blues Festival. Finally, after all these years.
Nice.
And, it was myself and Victor Wainwright and Mr. Stibbs and Bobby headlined.
Wow.
And it was just beautiful. I mean, it was a beautiful day, and they had the airplanes flying over with the air show and all that going on during the festival.
Oh, that's incredible.
I get up Sunday morning after 15 artists have played, and Diedra and the Ruff Pro Band is on the front cover of the newspaper.
Ah, killer. So you guys were the ones that were above the fold in the picture. Congrats.
Yeah, that was awesome. I just thought, wow, out of 15 bands and the headliner, we did something right that made the people in Daytona have us on the front cover of their paper.
Well, you guys are phenomenal, and you guys are very photogenic, especially when your husband is flipping the guitar around his neck, and I hope he's going to do that again Monday night.
I'm sure he will.
Excellent. What a showman. What a showman. Well, speaking of blues festivals, you guys are not playing the IBC this coming year, right? Did you just not want to do it again? I know you guys have done it before, right?
Well, the rule is you can only go 2 years in consecutive.
Okay.
And the first year, not the first year, because we went back in 2009. We were rusty. We didn't have it all together then, so we didn't place at all.
Right.
So we were there in 2013, and we made it to the semifinals. And then, of course, this year we made it to the top 9, the finals. But you can only go 2 years in a row.
Right.
So we had to take a sabbatical this year.
Well, that's okay. We hope that you guys are going to be back there in 2016, and we know that you absolutely deserve it. Now, speaking of almost being to 2016, it is the holiday season. Christmas is coming up, and you guys are entering the studio to do a new song, right? Yes.
We actually... We went out of the country for our first time as Diedra, the artist. We went to Amsterdam, Germany, Belgium, back in April and May. And while we were over there, got a ton of opportunities to come back. Well, we go back this coming Wednesday, and while we're there, we're going to record my Christmas song.
Wonderful. And is it going to be a slow one, a fast one?
Actually, no. What it is I've fallen in love with the old Christmas stuff.
Okay.
My first Christmas song I did was Merry Christmas Baby. I redid that by Otis Redding, and that did so well for me. And it's funny because a lady was in Dillard's one day, and she saw me, and she said, oh, my God, you're the one that saw, I heard you on Dillard's recording.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Baby. So this year we're going to do Gee Whiz's Christmas.
I love it. I love it. We're looking forward to that coming out. Now, before I get to my next question, I do want to make sure at the midpoint here that you're going to be throwing out your Facebook page and your website because we need to know where to go to get your music, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's DiedraTheBluesDiva.com.
DiedraTheBluesDiva.com. Diedra, D-I-E-D-R-A.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
And as soon as it's available, we'll have it online as soon as we get done with this.
Fantastic. And your Facebook page as well, so people can go like you?
Yes, it's Diedra. You can just put in Diedra and go to my artist page, or you can go to Diedra Hurdle Ruff, and that's my personal page.
Wonderful. Now, I know that you said that you guys are going to be going back to Europe, and you also have recorded in Europe. Do you find that the audiences are different overseas? They respond differently to your music?
Actually, they love American artists over there. And like I said, back in April and May was my first time going across the water like that, and we did phenomenal. I mean, before we left, we had already had 4 gigs for next year. This situation that we're going back is because my husband went over there and showed off so bad, he wound up getting a guitar endorsement.
Nice. From whom?
So we have, so it's called Doodad Guitars.
Cool.
Out of Amsterdam, and so we have to go over there for them to do their endorsement deal and photo op and everything. And because of that, they wound up just putting another tour together. So we have 8 days over there while we're there.
Nice. Well, I hope I can soon buy the Ruff Pro Band signature guitar.
Oh, yes. He's been sending him all of his, what he wants and what he don't like and what he did. And so it's going to be really exciting for him to have something that really signatures him. You know, he does all that fancy stuff, but that guitar has to be a specific way for him to do that.
That's super cool. I love guys who play a lot of different stuff. I love his Parker Fly and his Stratocasters. I mean, he's got a lot of different things. Nice to have something that's just your own.
Yes.
Well, Diedra, one last question for you before we head out here, and it's something that I think I was remiss in asking you last time, but I want to make sure I ask you this time, and it's something I ask every single one of the people I interview for this podcast, and it's about the nature of what blues is, because some people think that blues is stuck in a particular era, like it has to be Delta blues or Chicago electric blues or British electric blues from the late 60s, but some people think that it can be something that incorporates everything. You can have kind of gospel and tinged blues, rock tinged blues. And do you think that blues should be stuck in one era, or should it be accepting of everything?
That's hard because blues has taken so many faces. And what we don't want it to do, we don't want people to forget the root of blues.
Right.
And the root of blues was the Southern sound, was the deep home Delta feeling. However, yes, it's like a tree with a bunch of branches.
Right.
You know, and that's kind of what has happened to the blues. But you don't want to forget the root. Because if you cut off the root, then it's going to die.
Yeah, yeah.
So you don't want to forget that what the blues is from the heart, from the guts, from the soul. It's the good days, the bad days, the troubled days, the happy days. It's everything about you, and you just want to give that when you're giving it, whether you're giving it in the rock feeling or the Delta feeling or the Southern soul feeling or, you know, however you give it, you just want to make sure that you're giving it the blues.
Diedra, that is exceptionally well said, and I think that's a fantastic note to leave the interview on. One more time, give the website. I want to make sure that everybody goes there and make sure that they favorite the page and make sure that they know when the music is coming out so that they can order it. What's your URL one more time?
It's DiedraTheBluesDiva.com.
Excellent.
And my Facebook page is Diedra, Diedra.
Wonderful. Well, Diedra, we are looking forward to seeing you Monday night at the Blues Jams, Lili Marlene's in Seville Quarter. She's going to get cranking at 8 o'clock. Please do not miss this band. I promise you, you are going to absolutely love it. Diedra, we'll see you in Pensacola, all right?
Okay, thank you.